Hello everyone and welcome to episode 8 of our Kerbal Space Program Conquering the Solar System Based on Every Planet series. Yes, we last left off with the positioning of GeoAlpha 1 and GeoAlpha 2. We did have a slight mishap with GeoAlpha 2, which ended up putting its orbit a bit off. And also somehow destroyed its Terrier engine. But that's, beside the point. What we now need to do is, since this is now no longer on a geosynchronous orbit, we still need to position another satellite out here and another satellite over here. So in the next two episodes, we'll be putting up GeoAlpha 3 and 4. And then further on out, we will then need to get a MUN satellite set up, and we will need to get ISS set up, International Space Station, a Kerbal-based space station, in and around the planet here. So those are the next projects we're working on. So I guess without further ado, why don't we get to it? So we have our wonderful satellite. It's a tried and tested design, so I'm pretty sure we can just shoot that up there and without any problems. So we'll just load it up, we'll launch it, and we'll get another nice, successful, beautiful launch up there for it. So let's just open up that design. And I believe it's the Alpha 1 design, costing almost 700,000 Kerbal dollars. Yes, there it is. It is strutted, it is separated, it has its fuel, it has its strutting, and it has its satellite. I think what we need to do is turn these lights off. They are nice and pretty. There it is. Okay, make sure we don't blow up that Terrier engine this time, eh? And that's that separator right there, and that's that. Okay, so the rest of this should all be good, as long as our engines aren't stuck on the ground, and they're not. Okay, I say we're good. We'll save design with the lights off. And what are you saying? Why aren't we green to launch? Nothing concerning. Okay, sounds good to me. Let's launch her up. I'll try not to blow it up again this time. I gotta get rid of that persistent rotation thing. It's kind of a pain in the butt. T, R, full throttle, and let's do this. Took a minute to get off the ground, but we're getting there. Up we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Well, actually I do. Be roughly 2,863,000 meters above the surface of the planet. That's kind of our ultimate goal. I don't know if it's just me, but this has a very, very slow climb to it. But it gets there. I guess that's kind of key. I didn't bother to check what its thrust weight ratio was on there. Pretty sure I got this set good. Yes, it'll make it. It's just really slow. It's not like a couple of the mess around rockets I was playing around with on the other copy. I guess I don't really have a full copy, but a mess around version of this game that I did some irregular rocket designs, and some of them can get pretty high pretty fast. In under a minute, they can be like 500,000 meters out. They're pretty fast that way. So we're just gonna start giving ourselves a little bit of a lean. We've gone a good amount straight up. That's fine. We'll get ourselves a nice little lean going on here, so that when we eventually get down to it, and we're at full throttle. So, I mean, we're maintaining a good, solid. There we go. It looks like we got about a 30-degree turn here going on. It's not too bad. This will maintain it. We're getting apoapse right now of about 13,000, so we're just going to try and maintain this 30-degree climb for a bit. Let the apoapse increase significantly. I mean, we're at 15,500 and we're at 88 ourselves, so it's climbing, but you know, we need a bit more time. So we'll let this rocket get up there. Now we'll try and push it over. Since we're a bit higher up in the atmosphere, we're going to push it over and hold it at that 60-degree or 40-degree incline, cutting over towards the equator. Still keeping an eye on our apoapse. We want to make sure that apoapse gets up a nice amount above 70,000 meters. That's where the atmosphere ends in this game, so we're just going to keep a nice little eye on that. And as we get up there, we're going to hold it just around the 60-degree mark. As you can see, that 60 degree I'm referring to is right here on my nav ball. We're actually right now about 55. So the object is at some point we got to get her to level out. As you can see, we're also getting a little tilt there, so we're just going to give it a slight little turn. There it is. Perfect. Counter it. Couple thrusts from the other side. And since we are again climbing, we're going to now push her over. We're up into the thinner part of the atmosphere. We're almost getting ready to disengage the stage. We're at 50,000 mark. There it is, apoapse, and still climbing. So let's push her over to the nice 50-degree mark on the nav bar. And actually, you know what? We should be okay. Let's push her over to the 45 mark. There it is. Now you see, because of the slow ascent that we have here, we didn't really pick up much in the form of wind resistance, but now we're starting to pick up a bit of that heat resistance, that friction from the atmosphere on the ship. So as you can see here, I'm getting a little bit of heat, but we're not too concerned about that. It's gonna survive. We're already up at 80,000 for our apoapse. That's good. So now that we're just gonna try and punch it over a bit more, try and balance with that apoapse. We don't want it to rise that fast, but we do want to increase where we're going here. Okay. Again, we're tilting slightly. So we're going to counter that. And then we want to continue to keep pushing. Past that 40 mark, as you can see, the friction of the atmosphere is starting to lessen. We don't have that heat resistance on there. And we're just going to try and level her out. Sepatron it. Those engines fall off beautifully. Don't make any adjustments until they've cleared. And beautiful. Now we just bring her over. Oh, we're tilting. We got a tilt going on. Balance her out. Perfect. Look at that. And we're going to stop her here at about 160,000. Because, as you know, we are trying to get this into a geosynchronous form of an orbit. So, and cut. There we go. 162,000. We have approximately 3 minutes before we reach that apoapse. So let's just see. Look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful equatic orbit there. So we're just going to pop a little maneuver on here. We're going to bring this up and we're going to say navigate to maneuver while we start coordinating this out. And we're going to see if we can just pop this maneuver right out there in that geosynchronous range right off the top. 2.3. 2675. 2751. And 28. A little more. You know what? A little tiny bit more. A little too far. Too far. Come on. That's good enough. There it is. That's a nice little apoapse there, and we have 107 millisecond burn time, just a little bit under 2 minutes. And this precise maneuver node can come off of here. We don't really need you at the moment, so throw yourself over there. And the ship is still slowly moving itself over there. We got time. It's gonna make it to that node. It's a little on the slow side, but we'll get it. So at this point in time, this is when we want to come back here. We're now in a comfortable spot where we now can deploy this, right? And we should be able to come down here to ship's manifest, go to its controls, and we should be able to extend any antenna we have on it. Boom. Then we also want to extend and extend and extend. Okay. And we want to take one of these. We want to activate it and point it at Kerbal for now. That's perfect. So we took off a second just by removing that one stage. And oh, there's all the lights turned on. I like that button. U is my new favorite button. Okay, and we're pretty much on mark. Come on, get over there. We're getting down. That's 106. That should be at 53 seconds. So I still got a little bit of time. I'm almost on that mark. Look at that nav bar. It's almost there. That nav ball's he's almost on it. You got 20 seconds, bud. You got 20 seconds. You see, these are the types of things where you can't really do the the time warp because it won't move to maneuver while it's in time warp. So we kind of have to wait it out. But we got plenty of fuel for this burn. There should be no reason why we can't just burn this, get in the geosynchronous, decouple here, and then add here, and then, let the rest of it burn off. Send it, let it separate for a bit, and then send it back down. Hopefully we don't, destroy the Terrier engine this time. Okay, we're almost there. We got 7 seconds. Okay, get ready. We're close enough on mark. Yeah, that's close enough. There it is. Gotta give those engines time, right? They need an additional 3 seconds to get up to speed. And we're just gonna burn this and burn it. We got plenty of fuel left in these tanks. It's this and this tank right here. Plenty of fuel left in there. Should be no reason why we can't make this burn work. And the apoapse is gonna slowly extend. Our periapse is paralapse is coming out. Paralapse is what it is actually. Paralapse is coming out. As you can see, it's getting less. It's less than minus 400,000. So as we do this burn and we get on mark here, that paralapse will extend itself out till it's no longer inside Kerbin, and then it will start to extend above the surface. So we just let this burn go. It's looking very nice, is what it's looking right now. We are almost halfway through the burn, another 10 seconds remaining for halfway mark. And by the looks of it, we're going to get up to about a speed of about 2,700 meters a second. That's 2.7 kilometers a second. That is ungodly fast. And our prolapses is almost coming off. Look how quickly that's changing now because of the circle coming out around. Look at that. It's extending. Beautiful. It's coming out there. We're soon going to see it come right out the other side here. As you see here, see 30 coming, 10, and boom. There it is. Now we're seeing it finally extend. And we'll see that. That's our marker right there. That's where we're going to get to that wonderful 2.6. So now it's going to change over. Our paralapse is going to come back to us here at 162, while that slowly extends out to the 2,863,707 meters, I think I said it too. Yep. So we're going to have to cut this low. We'll start cutting it down when we get to about 100 meters a second left. And not burn, because it starts to grow quite fast as you get further out here. See, we're more jumping by 10s now than 1s. See how much fast that grows. Okay, gonna get ready for a slowdown here. Okay, we're getting close. We're just going to keep that nice and steady. Get ready to lower that burn down. Okay, nice and steady. We want just a slow little burn to finish this off. cut it when we get down to about 0.5. Oh, stop. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Almost got it. Almost perfect on it. Boom. We almost had a perfect burn. How much fuel do we... Oh, look at that. We pretty much wasted the entire tank. So we're just going to decouple that stage. Fuel up that engine. Yeah, so it will decouple. By the looks of it, it's going to stick with us for a bit because there's not really much distance between us and it. We're going to add our maneuver node here. Going to back off a little. We're going to extend this side out. To 835. Boom. Some of these things are a bit annoying. $61. 69. 60, you know what that'll have to do. You know what, we're not looking for perfect geo orbits here, right? Okay, we're good. Got all the lights on. Okay, and again, once we get on that mark, I think we're good. Oh, be careful. Ooh. Really need to be careful of that because sometimes Alpha 1 section debris. Yeah, we might have to go back and delete that. Okay, we got a 19-second burn here with this engine, and then we can decouple. No. So I'm just kind of curious right here. That's a bit close because if I put that in geosynchronous orbit there, then I think what's going to end up happening is that satellite's going to stick here and it's going to be very close to that one. So what if we could do another loop? Let's go here, add maneuver. Okay, let's bring it back in. I know what to do. Okay, 286. It's kind of interesting. Okay, we're gonna bring it back here. I wanna, cause see, now I'm getting too far out on that side. Not far out enough on this side. So that's 863. You know what? That's gonna have to do. $825, $865, $67, $6, $51, $75, $72, $48. That's gonna have to do. So again, you are too close. Got another orbit. Okay, come on. Okay, let's go back to map view. Okay, I think our problem here is okay. Whew. We're on no. I think that's actually a much better set here for that, because I think we're eventually going to have to get rid of GeoSat 2 here because of its inappropriate orbit. So I think this works out good here. So we're gonna bring it here, and then that puts it there, and then we can bring up GeoSat 3 somewhere over here. So it just took a couple orbits around to get it right, but we got there. Okay, we're gonna get ready for the burn. We're gonna just full throttle it here, and then we'll slow it down. Go. Okay, getting there. One more. There it surface. And set. Almost right on the money. Boom. Okay. I guess that's that. So we can now come here. We can now decouple that section. And we can come here to our control module. I believe it is right here. And we're going to rename this vessel 3. GeoAlpha 3. And we're going to accept that name. There it is. And you point to Kerbal. So we should be able to now come here and go activate target, and you should point to GeoAlpha 1. Yes, that should do it. GeoAlpha 1. You will be good there. I think with that angle you have, you should be able to hit it from here. We're going to switch this ship. I think since we're going to be getting rid of GeoAlpha 2, I look for the dish that points to GeoAlpha 2 here and repoint it to GeoAlpha 3. Probably this nice one on the top. Yeah, there it is. And point there instead. Perfect. If we look at the map, there it is. A nice cross connect to it. Boom, boom. Okay. And switch to, and because of the proximity, I should just be able to tab over. Come on. There it is. So we want to then deorbit this. So we will come here. We will look at this. And we will just set a target here. Add maneuver. And just deorbit that sucker. We got plenty of fuel for it. Put her on mark. And then we just got to make sure that when we burn it, we don't affect the satellite like we did last time. Because we don't want to blow up that Terrier engine. That's not going to be any fun for us. So what we'll do is we'll get this, deorbit it. Once it's on its path back home, we'll just we'll end it there. There's no need for you guys to watch the ever-ending descent of my lower stage. And I'm just trying to think, do we have any other debris floating around here? Because I have a feeling that there's going to be something here sometime that's going to end up colliding with us for some reason. Just one of those gut feelings. Yeah, see, this rocket is just like the Saturn V. It was designed for more than just going up into orbit around the planet and coming back again. This Alpha launcher here should be, in theory, good enough to make it out to at least Duna. So, I mean, we should be able to make it out to... should be able to make it to Duna with it, in theory. Should be able to make it to here, or any of these inner planets as well. Heck, I'm thinking if we can just get the right trajectory, we could probably even make it to Dres. Remember, we have a whole massive solar system here. Then on top of that, we have 2 additional systems that we can get to at some point. We got a binary star system. Okay, let's go back. Oh, I set Plex as target somehow. Bring us back home. Bring us back closer to Earth. Okay, I think regardless of how we do this, now we gotta figure out a way to refocus our... Wonder how you refocus your planet. I don't know how to focus my view on it. I've done something terrible. How do you focus your view? I don't know. I don't know the button. I've done something terrible, and all I can do is revert back, but you know what? I think I have enough here that I could probably just I could just watch my periapps here. Probably just burn this down real quick anyway. I'm going retrograde, so I'm bound to hit the surface at this rate. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay. So if I done that right, it will deorbit itself in 1 hour and 19 minutes. There we go. Somehow, now that I've done the burn, I guess I've... There we go. Okay. Perfect. Done. I've put the separation between me and it. And then all we gotta do is speed up time. And boom. What's your altitude? 53. Yeah, it's gonna burn up. So that is it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me here. And I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Take care and fly safe. Bye. Ooh, that just incinerated. Okay. Take care, everyone.